Buenos dias, okay? Happy Friday. It's really early. I woke up really early, and I'm so grateful. The amount of love that I've received in the last, 24 hours, just in general from God and people that have God within them, I am just so thankful. I'm thankful. Because I've been thugging it out for myself. Because at the end of the day, I realized my problems not everybody else's problems. And they're not even problems. It's just a journey, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like accepting help from when you need to accept help is just, that's the season, you know? And shit, I took that shit to heart. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm choosing to be on the journey. So shit, I gotta, I gotta roll the punches that's coming. And I remember saying that in the reading, like, you're gonna have to just roll with the punches. So like, that's exactly what the fuck I've been doing, is just rolling with the punches. Like, whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of me stressing and trying to control shit, like, some things, it just gotta happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know at the end of the day, like, I ain't in harm's way, you know? And so I woke up this morning and God was like, do you feel the love? And there's the song, is it Lion King? I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of Lion King songs. And y'all know that song by Lion King that be like, can you feel the love tonight? That's what I feel, okay? That's the song that's on my spirit now. Now yesterday Venus went into Gemini. I've been talking about this, and I finally feel like I get what they mean, but I feel like I am fucking melting. The energy feels like people are fucking melting. Like, because there's this thing for intimacy. Like, intimacy has to be like at the core of a lot of things. So the main thing that the main thing that I realized about like this melting thing is people that like engage in intimacy between connections, they are mentally stable, they're emotionally stable, and they're physically stable, okay? And that's the thing. So I've been seeing a lot of red, which is the root chakra. And what I realized, and it's funny, this man in front of me is wearing a red fucking shirt. And you know what's so crazy? Women have been wearing red, but I've been seeing like the men in red and like the women in white. It's been really weird. Like, they're in like pink or they're in colors, but the men are in red, which gives me masculine energy is very stable and feminine energy is just flourishing, you know? And even within myself, like, I told myself, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm done trying to survive. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't really care to be out here to survive, and I want to thrive. And the reason why I want to thrive is because I've reached a point of my masculine energy of like stability where, like, at the end of the day, like, I know I'm good. I hope that makes sense. And so God was like, yeah, so, you know, once you become somewhat stable, you know what I'm saying, that's when you actually get the connections that are like, that's when you actually get the connections that are actually valuable, okay? And he said the word valuable, like, he said valuable, okay? And so I woke up this morning and something was like, you know, go ahead, get your breakfast, whatever, like, you know, just get up. Normally, I'm one of probably, like, I'd be like the last groups of people getting breakfast, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get breakfast like toasted to the time they stop doing breakfast. And this morning I woke up and I'm like, all right, Dad. So he like, get your breakfast, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I took my iPad and I took my my journal, and I was like, you know, I'll just sit out here and eat breakfast. Normally I bring my food back to my room, like, and I just be wanting to kick it, you know what I'm saying? Especially because I be getting like, you know, I just be getting, you know, like little person shit, you know what I'm saying? So I just don't be wanting to like be around people. And so today he was like, no, like, you know, just sit out there, like, you cool. So I sat out there and I had my breakfast, and what was funny was I had got my food, and it was this lady, and she was in this cute blue dress, and she had seen me, like, you know, she seen me pray, and she was like, excuse me, she was like, thank you for praying. And I'm not sure why she felt the need to show gratitude, but she says, thank you for praying. She says, you don't see a lot of people do that anymore, you know what I'm saying? So, like, thank you for praying. And I was like, no, thank you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I pray over all the food I eat. I don't care where I get it from, you know what I'm saying? I pray over, you know what I'm saying? And in the day, you know what I'm saying, God got to get on this. And she was like, you know, thank you. But what I took from it is the fact of people are very inspired by your connection to things because of how intimate it is. So she was like, people don't do that no more. I don't know how people is, but like I pray everywhere. I could be out on a date with a man, and if he don't pray for his food, that's fine. I'm praying for my food. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care where I'm at. I'm praying for my food. I could be in the middle of a group. I could be at the club. I'm praying for some food. You gonna see me bow my head, close my eyes, and say a quick prayer. Amen. Okay, that's just how I am. And God says, people are inspired and they're grateful to see love. They're going to be very, and he says that's just the start of it, but you're going to see more of it. It's funny that today there's a convention happening, and it's a whole bunch of deltas, the sorority, and they're red, but they're also the pyramid. And I've been seeing a lot of Egyptian things because people were inspired to see Egyptian people's love. People were inspired to see that type of energy that people had as a tribe, as a collective. God says that there's going to be an inspiration of the love that is felt in the air because people are melting. Where they once had this ice box where their heart used to be, not no more. And the thing about it is, it's going to show the envy. So I was watching Pretty Woman, right? And if you're not familiar with Pretty Woman, the girl was like, she was like a struggling girl, you know what I'm saying? She ended up being a prostitute with her friend. She ended up linking up with this man, and it didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen. Like, he fell in love with her, she fell in love with him. And she was like, she was okay with the situation until they actually start catching feelings. And he was just kind of like, I've been married before. I'm not really with the relationships. Like, I'm heavy on my business. And she's like teaching him all these things of like where he went outside. He took his shoes off. He's walking in the grass. Like, he's like learning how to slow down. She's learning to not be in survival mode, and he's learning how to slow down. They were inspired by each other, right? Because of the love that they have for each other. So he's loving how free she is, and you know what I'm saying? She don't know which spoon to eat with, and she don't know nothing, but like people are treating her a certain way because of how they see her. But in reality, it's like something in her made people be very like open and receptive. Like, you just gotta Google the movie. You know what I'm saying? I think it got Jennifer Addison. No, I don't know. It got one of them ladies in it. I don't know what's her name, but it got her in it. And God says there's so much inspiration of the love that's about to be felt because it's the E in evolution. Now, I recorded a voice note and I tried to send it to my group, and I don't know why the fuck it didn't send. I don't know what happened. So we're not gonna worry about it. We're gonna talk about it today. So God says, do you realize that the word love and the acronym that you have for love is a form of yin and yang? And I said, well, what do you mean? He said, well, love is a four-letter word, but it's a two energy type of thing. And I said, okay, so what part would you say is feminine? What part would you say is masculine? He was like, well, longevity and vitality, that's a feminine trait, and obedience and evolution, that's a masculine trait. And I was like, well, how you figure? He says, do you not see longevity from a feminine aspect of seeing it from a higher perspective of if this is a good investment? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, spiritually. And I was like, okay, I can see that. I can see that. And then he said, vitality, think about it, it's such a vital energy. That's something that has to be charged up from within. And I was like, okay, I can see that too. And he was like, obedience, you don't see obedience as a form of an action. I said, okay, I can see that too. And he was like, evolution. I said, but evolution is a noun, people, place, or thing. He said, exactly. And evolution can basically go from a simple to a complex form based off of one's actions. And I was like, you're so clever with the words that you give me. He was like, yeah, like, just think about it. And then he makes me think of the word safe he gave me. It was sacred action or sacred affection. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to get my notes. I forgot my phone in my room, but he was like, especially with that safe word, I know the E in safe is eternal. Free, it's a sacred, affectionate, free, eternal connection. I think that's the A. I can't remember, but that's the A in safe. And he says, now you also remember that we're in the last 3 months of the effects of the AAA. And he said, you remember when how AAA works is you have to pay your membership, and then they have to hold their end by coming when you need them. You guys are a service to each other. Yesterday, I posted a podcast called The Vessel. And God says, yes, because you guys are learning to be a service to each other. So when you get into this SAA of finances are energetic exchange. Money is a tool, it's a service to you. You need money to buy things, and money needs to be spent. They're service to each other. Child, when he put this on my spirit, like the way he explained this today, I was just like, oh my gosh, it's happening. He was like, yeah, it's happening. Because if SAA is all about, if 2023 is all about the foundations of things, then in order for things to actually start off as a proper foundation, love has to be at the core. The main thing people are trying to find in certain situations, even if they lie and say they're not, is the love in it. You want to work for a business that loves their morals and values, and they love how they treat people, and they love their customers, and they love their employees. They love them, even if it's not romantically. That's why I said every relationship does not need to be romantic. Some relationships, you guys are supposed to be learning that. You guys are supposed to be learning that, because when the South Node gets into Libra in a couple of months, that first 6 months of the structure is going to be a rude awakening for people, because they don't understand that not every relationship has to be romantic. Like I told one of my guy friends, I said, I have to be honest, I have to learn to have a platonic relationship with men, because I've never had that. It's either like I manipulate, or they like me, I'm just trying to use the fact that they like me. Like I've never had like a true male friend. Seriously. And I never held boundaries to actually have one. And I just feel like there's this energy of where that platonic is serious. Like not every man you meet is supposed to be your Prince Charming. That's why I kept trying to tell men, women, just open yourselves up to actually let a man be a service. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, he not going to be my husband, so I don't want him to do that. Like, so you don't want him to open the door? You don't want him to take care, you don't want him to take care of that because he's not your man's? Not every man wants something from you to do something. Some of them are just raised properly. Some of them just understand how men are. Not every woman you meet is your wife. Just because she cook you a meal, or just because, you know what I'm saying, like she spend the night, or just because she say something, she's sweet and something, does not mean that she's not it. Some women are just naturally nurturing. That doesn't mean that that's your wife. Doesn't mean that's the mother of your children. Because y'all realize that a lot of people don't have enough of those qualities to create longevity. Y'all realize that a lot of people have those qualities that they can't create a vital situation. There's no vitality there. God says, while Venus is in Gemini, you're going to see the people that actually have the capabilities. And like, I see also like emotional unavailability. That's also being reversed. People that are truly emotionally unavailable, their actions are going to lead behind their emotional availability. So it's no need for you. Like, my thing is, like, if you feel somebody's emotionally unavailable, it's no point of you trying to bark up that tree if you know you have emotions that you want to have available for another person. Like, just let the shit go. Like, all that masking and stuff. I remember I had, I don't know if it was a video or podcast, but one day I remember the song Mask Off kept playing by Future. On my thing just kept playing Mask Off, fuck it, Mask Off. That's what's happening. That mask that people were wearing to show that they don't love themselves or love other people, that they're not loving, that's coming off. And some people are putting that mask on. So therefore, if we're at a party and it's a no mask party, and somebody comes with a mask, they're going to stand out. That's how people that don't have true love for themselves and emotional availability and emotional maturity are going to look, like they're at a party that they're not supposed to be at. Whose man's is this? Like, so it, and it's crazy because, like, you ever been like, you're looking at somebody like, nigga, why you got that on? That's kind of how it's going to be. So it's just like, and then if you do see somebody with a mask, you just be like, oh, okay, like, you just wanted to wear a mask today? All right, cool, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? You just let people be people. Because in reality, those that have a mask on really look like children. It's like when children want to wear a cape to school, and you don't even have the energy to argue with them or why the fuck they want to wear a cape to school. So you just be like, fuck it, just wear the cape. And you going out, people looking at them like, why the fuck do they have a cape on? Don't even ask. That's how it is going to look in the energy with people. How people treat people, friends, family, lovers, like in the business work, like in the customer service and all that, everything, people are going to look like that. Like, You ever been in line and one person's like, this is ridiculous, the line is so long, and da da da, and everybody's just like, somebody's not happy with themselves. That's how it's going to look. Nobody's going to care. It's going to backfire on people. While Venus is in Gemini, a lot of things are going to backfire on people, because when the planet of Venus is in an air sign like Gemini, it's the twins. So where you thought that these were identical twins, newsflash, they're actually fraternal. They don't look alike at all. But that's what people think. People think that we all are identical, and that's not it. Just because we don't look like similar doesn't mean that we're not, you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean that we're not twins. We're just fraternal twins. But still twins. That's what's happening. Because the energy behind twins is the fact of that they might look the same, they might have a part of the same DNA. Everybody's DNA is different, but they might look the same, they might sound the same, but they're still two different personalities. They're still two different people, and that's what's happening, because they have two different minds, and they have two different, you know what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say, two different souls. That's why soul families have to come together, and that's why soulmates have to come together. That's why it's not that they have to, but that's why they are coming together, because their souls, their personalities are different, their minds are different, but something about their souls, like the way, like it makes me think of how twins, they got that thing where they can communicate with each other, or like one's crying, the other one can feel it. That's what's happening with like soulmates and like soul families and stuff like that. Like one person feels something and the other person feels it too, but it's weird. And y'all know what I mean, because you've seen twins. Twins be like, something's wrong with my twin. And then they call their twin, and their twin going through something, they like, something's wrong with my twin. That's how it is right now with like soulmates and soul families and stuff. Like they can feel it. Something's wrong with the other family member. Something's wrong with the soulmate. Like something's wrong with them. Something's happening. Like, and it's in the heart, because they're melting. People that God are using as a vessel, they feel something in their heart when they meet certain people to do things. They might not have gave 6 people the benefit of it. They may have let 6 people go without, like, you know, somebody's like, oh, I don't have enough, you know what I'm saying? So they might have let 6 people not go, like, you know, okay, well, you have to have the amount, like, but that one person that comes and that doesn't have the 3 cents, they be like, it's okay, go ahead. They felt something in their heart to be able to let them go. God keeps saying something in their heart, they can feel it. They feel it. And it's something also in the it's the heart and the gut right now. It's the heart chakra and the solar plexus chakra. They're the juice. I know this sounds crazy, but like the energy from the heart is trickling down to the stomach to make them feel something in their gut. It's like, oh, my stomach hurt. And then the other person feels it. It's like a kick or something. I can't, when I tell you I can't explain what I'm trying to say, but what I'm saying is like people can feel physical symptoms of what their heart is feeling because of somebody else that they're connected to. It's feeling that. So like you go somewhere, you're feeling stressed. The person that God is using as a vessel to be of assistance to you, they feel it in their heart too, which makes them very compassionate. There's this energy about compassion. So like when somebody, like with all this rekindling energy and all this mending and people trying to come for forgiveness, that's why I said you're going to feel it, but you have to have boundaries. But you're going to feel how they feel. I told you people feelings. I told you people writing like love letters and long notes, and they express, they're having this blah, blah of emotions with themselves, and it's trickling down to their stomach. You know, fruit is the heart. Fruit is the food form of love. That's why everybody's so turned off to bad fruit. Because something about fruit has an energy of love. It's produced from the sun. Vegetables too, but God says fruit because it's sweet. It has something about sweetness of love. You know what else? I know something's happening right now. People are holding back what they actually have to say because the way I keep biting my lip, I got a whole blister right there. I've been biting the shit out of my lip on the right side. The right side is the action of going forward. Some people are they're trying to bite their tongue. They're trying to bite their lip of what they actually have to say. Because you know why? A lot of people know that once they open their mouth, it causes a whole domino effect. One of my homegirls, she said the same thing. She said she saw one of those things where it like the ball hits it and then it like goes through. I had that download like a week or two ago about like the domino. Like once you say what you said or once you did what you did, it created a whole domino effect. That's the energy right now. It's creating a whole domino effect. Once you step into this energy of love for yourself, it creates a whole domino effect with the world, because Aries season is about the 2nd, the 4th, and the 6th house, which created a lot to do with the 10th house. So, and if you watch Aries message for Scorpio season, you remember the air conditioning came on, and I was like, that's exactly how it happens. Something just switches. Your self-worth switch. How you feel at home just switches. The 6th house, how you take care of yourself, how you're a service to people, it just switches on. Like it just switches. So to where one time you might have been a little bit selfish with like, you know, if God told you to do something or whatever, like, and you were just like, oh my God, I'm not doing that. You want me to stay up to 2 a.m? No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to bed. And God's like, just stay up because I need to talk to you, or I need to do this. I need you to do this. And you're just being disobedient. Obedience and evolution are masculine energies. We've been having a rebirth of the masculine ego. I told them back in what was it, Pisces season or something? I can't remember what season it was, but I remember I said the dark side of your shadow is being taken out, so it could be rebirthed, because that was the instinct of you, your instincts. I told y'all, a lot of y'all thought you were being impulsive. No, that was your instincts. Excuse me. Venus went into Gemini on the 14th, which gave me Valentine's Day. Fairy tales exist. Fairy tale love exists. Plan A's exist. The only time you need a plan B is when you don't have faith that plan A will work. So therefore, as long as you have faith, plan A will always work if you understand that the operation, the plan, the situation is led by God. Ask yourself, does my plan A have God in it? Ask yourself, does my plan A have God in it? That's a big thing that's going to come up in this season about people's plan A's. Because a lot of people's plan A's didn't have God in it, so now they have to resort to plan B. It's just facts. It's just facts. Another thing God keeps saying is entitlement. That's another thing I keep feeling. And also, things of the facial features on your body are very, very important. Your eyes are very important. Thank you. Your eyes are very important. Your nose is very important. Your mouth is very important. Your ears, your hands and feet, those are very important. Those are very important. The senses. They're stimulated. A lot of people's senses are very stimulated, which is causing their heart to have these like emotions and feelings and shit. God is upgrading a lot of y'all's senses. You'll smell better things. You'll hear things more. Because you're being accustomed to a different vibration. That's why certain people eat certain things, they get sick. Another person eat it, they be perfectly fine. It's because their vibration. It's the love that you put into it. Another thing that's going to start falling off a little bit is the weed, the vibration. You're going to have to probably either slow down on it, change it up, mix it with some herbs or something, sweetie. I'm trying to tell you, you can't take a full blunt no more. You can't drink a full thing of liquor. You can't drink a whole 14 shots. You're going to have to mix it up with some juice. You might have to switch to wine. Upgrade. Your vibration can't handle all that. Not saying you have to stop, but I'm telling y'all now, your vibration is shifted where you can't handle that. You know, I realized that with my weed or whatever, like I can still smoke and shit, but like when I tell you I can't take no more than like 5-6 puffs. But bitch be too high because my vibrations are already up there. So, you know what I'm saying? I remember one time I had smoked weed and I had smoked so much, but like I started to panic. Like I had a panic attack because I was so high. God was like, sweetheart, you already at a very high vibration. Any higher is gonna scare the shit out you. It scared the shit out of me. Love is the core of everything right now. A lot of you gonna see a lot more friends loving their friends in their love language. Intimacy is a big thing. You could be intimate with a stranger. You could be intimate with your friends. You could be intimate with family. You could be intimate with a lover. Intimacy is a big thing. It actually matters. Intimacy is a big thing. Make sure you understand that. The connections between people are big. If you know you don't have the mental capacity and physical capacity to have an intimate connection, leave people the fuck alone. Please. People don't have to have their feelings hurt because you don't know how to be an adult. You know what I'm saying? If you know you don't fuck with that person, let it go. You know what I'm saying? That manipulation, that shit is, you're gonna get embarrassed. Manipulating people is gonna put you in a season of embarrassment because you're trying to take advantage of somebody that was actually just being a nice person, which is you're gonna look embarrassed. To where the other person used to be the one to feel embarrassed because they were actually being authentic. The people that are not being authentic will be embarrassed in this season. It's just how it's gonna go. All that's gonna happen. Because we're getting into Taurus season. Everything has been getting people accustomed to understanding what would Jesus do. Everybody's about to be in a more godly energy, a godly frequency. People that don't know God look crazy. God is not within you. We see that. Ooh. Jesus Christ. What else? Same thing with like food. You know, I told y'all like people put like, you know, love in their food. Don't eat everybody's food. Because, you know, the summertime is coming up. I told you about the spring break bash. And I thought it was interesting that when I talked to my auntie yesterday, she was like, oh, yeah, we on spring break. And I was like, oh. And I told you, after spring break, like, kids don't be doing shit after spring break. Don't eat everybody's food. Like, potlucks and shit. Don't eat everybody's food. Don't go to everybody's house. Don't do all that. Don't do all that. You don't need to be everybody's function. But definitely be out networking. Definitely be out there having fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely invest in, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a summer wardrobe and, like, summer, like, events and stuff like that. They be having, like, different events. And, like, wherever you live at, like, they have, like, group chats and everything. Like, where I'm at, they have, like, group chats. So they be, like, linking up and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, be open to meeting new people during this season. Because it's Mercury retrograde. Y'all really need to be meeting new people because y'all got so many other people that want to come back and be so friendly and shit. They don't need to be friendly. Find them something safe to do. Meet new people so you don't find yourself reverting back to old ones. What else? There will be a lot of procreation energy. The Gemini card that I see in my head is the cross-pollinator. Please do not have children with people you know you do not like. If you're going to have sex, you need to have safe sex. Because I'm trying to tell y'all, that energy is heavy. Your procreation is heavy. Even with ideas and projects and stuff, make sure you're actually investing into a project that you love to invest in, because that shit's going to go big and you're not going to fucking like it no more. Or you're going to end up creating, like, you know what I'm saying? I just see that. I see babies in projects. And I told them in Aries season, I said I see a lot of women either getting pregnant in 6 months, or giving birth to an idea, or giving birth to a baby. So therefore, you decide which you're going to get pregnant with in your mind. Okay? But a lot of y'all gonna have fucking babies, and you better have no baby with no fucking dumbass, because you over there in that fairy tale love, and that man don't fucking like you, or that girl don't like you, you end up having a baby mama and baby daddy from hell. No more BDs and no more BMs. No more of those. Let's get to know people. Let's court people. Make sure you even fucking like them as a person before you just have a kid with them. Okay? Not everybody's meant to have a family with people. Okay? Not all your friends is meant to be your best homegirls and y'all end up being friends 20 years from now. That's not how it works. Not everybody's like that. Okay? Let's court people. This is when the courting happens. Alright? I told a lot of women, you guys will be having a very flirty, hot girl summer. Some of y'all will be wiped up. Why do I say that is? Whoever the man is that's coming into your life, ain't no switching up. That man is locked in on you. He's had his eyes on you. So, you might be having like a mild girl summer. Because your nigga right there. You're going to have a hot girl summer now, right? But your nigga's right there. Okay? He's coming to pick you up after brunch. He's coming on the trip. Got his own room on the trip. You know what I'm saying? He's glued to you. You know, I see the movie The Bodyguard. And then Pretty Woman, the same thing too. He was glued to her. He either had his driver near her. She was never alone, ever. So pay attention to that. Men are in this energy of like dogs, like golden retriever. And I don't know whose reading it was, but I remember I told them that probably like a year ago. I was like, some of y'all are going to have like golden retriever men. What is that white shit that they're reading? It looks so weird. A lot of y'all are going to have golden retriever men. If you don't know what a golden retriever man is, look it up on TikTok. It's like a golden retriever dog, but in the man version. So a lot of them will have that. I see Lady and the Tramp. A lot of like those type of connections. Opposites. From the slums, from the suburbs, like $5 million man, like middle class woman. I see that. I'm gonna go to the bookstore today. I'm gonna get another book. That's another thing. A lot of you guys, you need to start falling back into hobbies that you did as a kid. I used to read a lot as a kid. Like, I remember my mom used to literally be like, you need to put down that damn book and go take a shower, because I'd be so deep into the book. Go get a book. You don't have to read all these books that help you learn something. Read books for enjoyment. Go do things for enjoyment. But God keeps saying, you guys need to learn how to enjoy things. Go back to enjoying the small things in life. That's why, like, when this courting happens between couples and friends, you guys are going to be like little kids of like, hi, I'm so-and-so. Like, it's going to be so cute how y'all connect. Because there's too much fucking chaos going on in the world that really does not matter. And you don't need to put your energy into it, because it's all a fucking lie. Like, they trying to create so much, they're trying to create so much stress in you that you don't have time to love. And that is not what God needs. God is love. God is within you, so love is within you. Protect it, experience it, enjoy it. I think that's it, though. Love is a focus, though. I know that. And, you know, the sun being out is like being sun-kissed. Kisses are very important. You know, in Pretty Woman, the girl was like, did you kiss him when you fell in love? And she was like, what do you mean? No, I didn't fall in love. She was like, but did you kiss him? She was like, yeah. Something about the kiss. And you remember, no, I don't know if y'all remember this, but like in Aries season, because it was like a couple days after my birthday, I remember I kept hearing every kiss begins with K. And you know, K is like a jeweler. That's crazy. All right. Toodles. Love y'all.